Mm-hmm. Just give me a sec. I was on the phone with my friend last night, and he's been my friend for quite a few years. But we were talking about just social media and the whole effect that it has on our minds today, and just discussing those kinds of topics. And some of the ideas I had, they really sunk in when I said them out loud, and it was so exciting and such a stimulating conversation that it was really enjoyable to have. So my bangs are just wild and wacky. Love it. Anyways, so yeah, we were discussing just the effect that it has on our relationships, and honestly, like anxiety and depression, and just in my own experience, like I've actually gotten rid of all social media on my phone. It's been something that I've never really had been too involved in. I was on Instagram for a really long time, and then I just found that it was becoming kind of toxic for me subconsciously. So on that topic, what I was thinking and how I realized that it was affecting me was that I considered it back when I was a child, and these things they were so new. The internet, it was so new, at least to our society that we know of. But yeah, it was such a new thing, and when we were children, we weren't really on that as much. Like, yeah, there was like MSN Messenger and that kind of thing, like just starting up. But even then, like I didn't have a huge exposure. Really, the people around me were our classmates, friends, and family, and I just think how now that we have that huge connection to just literally hundreds, sometimes just thousands of strangers, and whereas in that kind of, let me just rewind a little bit. So when we're kids, we don't really think about all these things that are wrong with us. We learn that, and yes, it's like inevitable. I'm not completely blaming social media, but it definitely enhances it, because when you think about it, when we're children, we just be ourselves. And through negative response is how we have learned that maybe there's something wrong with being ourselves, or people don't like that. And under the circumstances where we aren't exposed to all that social media added in there, I see a world where anxiety and stress and lack of self-confidence and isolation and everything like that would be so much lower, because think about it, we'd be exposed to just friends, family, and peers, and maybe some colleagues or something like that. It's very unnatural to the human mind to be exposed to that many people, but not in an interpersonal relationship sort of way. And so, but yet we share with them like we do. So we have all these followers now, and normally we'd look for approval within our friends and families through love and affection and caring, and that's how we feel good. And then when you go into something where we post something online and then we get all these likes from it, but say we post something that was actually true to ourselves and it didn't really get many likes, it's doing the same thing subconsciously as getting that love, because the image, how we see it in our, oh my god, I get so excited. I just get like all tumbled up. Pardon me. But yeah, so it sparks that chemical reaction of feeling good, like we're approved of, but then it goes against who we are often, like who we really are, and it's just what people want from us. And the thing is, like, what's so incredible about it that really I just want people to hear is that these people are strangers, and they don't know who you are. They don't know. They just see a picture, and they've decided who you are. And that's something where on Instagram, like, I didn't have much followers. I posted like over 1,000 photos. I never deleted photos. I used it as pretty much a digital photo album, and that's where it was super fun for me. I thought it was super awesome. But when it kind of translated into becoming some sort of pressure. I realized that in myself, that I started to think something was wrong with me because I wasn't making all these likes, wasn't doing all this thing, but I was doing my thing. Like, I looked through my pictures and I was like, oh, that's so dope. Like, look at that memory, and just remember. And even my photography, I know it's not a typical kind of photography look that many people would be drawn to. It's very much emotional for me. So when I take a picture of something and, like, it's not completely visual, it has an emotional attachment for me. So it's something that it's not going to be seen or felt the same way by other people. But yeah, so just discussing that with him was really, really cleansing for me, and just realizing how being exposed to so many people deciding how I need to cut my bangs. They're like tickling me in the eye. But okay. Yeah, so many people are constantly getting an opinion on who we are and what we're doing, and and so we feel that pressure to post it, because then when we start to isolate ourselves from our friends and family and from physical human beings, or even like talking on the phone, we rely on these social media things to make us happy. Like, that's our social connection. So I want to just encourage anybody to lessen that a little bit, and maybe kind of think deeper, on a deeper level, beyond what we know it does to us and what we feel right away, like that instant feeling, and kind of question, maybe there's something on a deeper level, because we do have a subconscious mind. And I know it's very much, there's not a lot people know about it, and it's often not even considered. So considering that, I believe, is an essential part of having a healthy relationship with social media. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink my tea. And I hope y'all, I almost said y'all. I don't say that. I've never said y'all. Like, okay, I'm not making fun of people. I'm just like, I had to finish saying it because it felt weird. But anyways, I hope you have a really good day. Bye.